Hello, my name is Ethan Prieto here, and today we're going to go over the 2024 STAAR Algebra 1 release test. So the reason I'm doing this is number one, I love algebra, and I want to prepare people for the 2025 STAAR test that is coming up. A little about me, I'm a freshman in high school, and I hope I can teach y'all my tricks, my Desmo knowledge, and stuff I know I can help y'all on the test with. So we're going to start with question one. I'm only going to do like 10 questions in this video. If y'all want a part two, just tell me and I'll do it. So let's start. Enough yapping. Which expression is equivalent to 7 to the square root of 45? So I don't really have much writing options, so I have to do this thing called, um, I think, Notepad? I'm not sure. No, it won't let me. So for this one, um, we're going to have to do one thing. And what we're going to have to do is, let me go on this graph. There it is. We're going to see which one is equivalent. So what does equivalent mean, guys? Equivalent means that it is equal to. So I'm drawing a equal sign. So it has to be equal to 7 to the square root of 45. So let's do that right now. Calculator. Use Desmos, not this TI graphing calculator. And then just wait for it to load. It's going to take a while, so just give it some time. Okay, there it is. So let's put it right here. So 7 to the square root of 45. So let's do this. 7 to the square root. Let me hide this, sorry. And let me just click on that. So it stops moving. It's annoying. I do hate how the testing. If it does this on the actual test, I'm going to be mad. 7 to the square root of 45. That's 46.9. I got the number right? Okay, I did. Okay, just making sure. I know the calculator's moving a lot. I apologize. I'm still doing it. It's annoying. So is 12 to the power of 3 or square root of 3 equal to it? No, it's not. So it can't be A. Cross out A. So how about 35 to the square root of 3? Oops. It's not that one because they're not equal. How about this one? 10 to the square root of 5. And lastly, 21 to the square root of 5. So, yep, it is the last one. 21 to the square root of 5 is equal to 46.9. Sorry about that, guys. It froze. And then 7 to the square root of 45 is also 46.9. So that's your answer. (21) to the square root of 5 is equal to 7 to the square root of 5. Let's continue. This really laggy video. I'm so sorry. So this one, you're looking for the function, right? So this is a parabola. And we can see, where does it cross? It crosses the x-intercept, -5 and -3. And then the vertex is -4, 1. So what you have to do is you want to go to your Desmos calculator, your best friend, right? I'm going to type the first answer choice in. So y is equal to -x to the power square. Oops, that's an at sign. Oh, there it is. Minus 8x minus 15. Minus 8x minus 15. So let's see, the x-intercept is -3. That matches. -5 and -3. Those match. -5, -3. How about the vertex? -4, 1. This one is also -4, 1. So therefore, A is your answer. Pretty simple so far. This is what algebra is. You're just seeing what numbers match. Seeing what lines match. Seeing if it crosses the x or y. It's a pretty simple concept once you get the hang of it. So your next thing is the value of y directly varies with x, okay? When the value of x is 4, the value of y is -4, is -12. So, this is very simple. So I'm going to, use a graph. I'm going to show y'all how simple this is. So, when 4 when x is 4, y is negative 12. So it's multiplying. It's either adding or multiplying, okay? But it's multiplying because this is a constant variable. So what you want to do is I'm going to draw in red or black. Draw this. So what 4 times what is equal to negative 12? That's a good question. So when you figure this out, this is going to tell you your constant variation. So 4 times what is negative 12? 4, 8, 12. So negative 3. So your constant variation is negative 3. And I'm so sorry about the handwriting. I know y'all probably did not understand that. So when the constant variable y is negative 6, what is that going to equal? What is negative 6 times negative 3? Negative 6, 12, 18. A negative times a negative equals a positive. So therefore, it's negative 3 and 18. 7 more questions to go, guys. So there's a quadratic function. Which one has no real zeros? So what is a zero? First, you need to understand that a zero is an x, okay? So you got to see which one passes the x-intercept. This is your x-intercept right here, this horizontal line. So let's look. If it crosses it, it touches it, or it crosses it, right? So it's either equal to it or it crosses it. So A does not cross the x-intercept. So this one has no real zeros. Let's check the other answers. This one touches the x-intercept, so it does have a 0. This one crosses it, still goes through it, so it does have a 0. And this one also touches it, so it has a 0. This is the only one that does not cross the x-intercept. Okay, so an investor deposited money in an account. The function shows money in an account after t years. What statement best interprets one value of the function? So it's asking, like, what is the value of this function? So we're going to get our graph, and we're going to just label these values. So what is an exponential graph, okay? Exponential function, that's what it is. An exponential function always has your a and your b. Your a is your initial value, okay? So the initial value is the money you're starting with, okay? And then your b is your x, which is your rate of change. You could also say your a is your y, okay? So if you always know what in slope-intercept form, the x is always your rate of change, okay? So let's start. The initial deposit in the investment was 1,581. No, it was 1,550. So this is wrong. The amount of money in the investment increases 102% each year. No, it doesn't. The initial deposit in the investment was 1,550. This is true. And it's not decreasing. So this is the only one that's right. And how you can tell is, how can you tell this one is wrong? What you want to do is you want to go to your calculator. 1.02. It's already in percentage. It's increasing at a 1.02%. So that one is wrong. So that's the only one that's right. So this one is, which expression is equivalent to 1 over 3 to this number right here. I'm not saying all that, okay? I'm a freshman. I'm not a math teacher. So these need to be defined. So what does this mean? It needs to be equivalent. So you might be like, hey, Ethan, how are we going to do this in a simple way that makes logical sense? Well, it's kind of sad. You have to type this into Desmos, and it's so simple, and nobody knows this trick. I've never heard of anybody. Not even my teacher knew this. You turn this y into an x. All you do is turn the y's into an x and turn it into a graph. And then you see which answer choices matches up with that graph. So, use your calculator, and let's turn it into a graph. 1 over 3, 6x squared. Instead of a y, what did I say? Turn into an x to the power square. And then you have 2x power 3 x to the power 4. So you get this graph right here. It's weird looking. You haven't gone over an algebra yet, I assume. But it's not hard. You see if it matches it. You don't really got to know anything about the graph. Does this match? No, you can still kind of see the blue and the green on my screen. If you zoom in, see it doesn't match. So it can't be A. How about, it's close though. So you can probably tell that x needs to have this, it has to be to the power 7, and y has to be to the power 6. So let's try 24 to the power 7, x to the power 7, x to the power of 6. These ones match exactly. You can't see any blue. If you zoom in, they match exactly. And if I hide this graph, it's blue, green. Right? They match. So it is B. So it's pretty simple. All right, 4 more to do and the video is done. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. 7. So there's a graph, 5x minus 8, 7 is equal to 40, and you need to find the rate of change. This is called slide x divide y. It's really simple. It's as simple as it sounds. So I don't have paper, but if you have paper, do this on paper so you understand my handwriting. Just hear to what I'm telling you. Listen to me. So let's draw this. You have 5x minus 8y is equal to 40. So what you want to do is you want to slide the x to be in front of the y, and you want to turn it into the opposite. So the opposite of a positive is a negative. So you keep negative 8y, negative 8y, minus, the opposite of a positive is a negative, minus 5x is equal to 40. So, I'm so sorry about the handwriting, guys. We're going to draw this in green. So, we're trying to find the rate of change. So, if it says the change of y with respect to the x, that is just how much is changing, the rate of change. So, negative 8 and negative 8 cancel each other out. And this, your x is always your rate of change. So, you don't even really have to solve the rest. You just have to look at this right here. So, if y'all know math at all, I need to know one thing. That 2 negatives make a positive. So your rate of change is 5x over 8. The negatives cancel each other out and they make a plus sign, which is a positive. So it's 5 over 8x. Therefore, it's just 5 over 8. If y'all had trouble with the handwriting, I'm so sorry. Okay, this one. You have 5 terms in a sequence. Based on the information, create an equation. So this looks like a linear equation. Instead of an x, it's using an n. It's so simple. So what you want to do is you want to type this into decimals. You might be like, how? It's so simple. Like, don't overthink it, guys. There's also another way to do this where you just like subtract it. Like 47. So what number can you subtract from 47 to get 33? And then you could easily get your rate of change. So let's just do that real fast. 47 minus blank equals 33 because it's going down, right? So, and it's not dividing, it's a linear equation. So what you want to do is you get your graph or paper, then you just subtract it. 47 minus 33. And once you do the math, it's 14. So it's going down, negative 14. So that's your first part of it, negative 14. And then you just want to find your initial value. So what goes before? So all you got to do for that is to find the first value. So A0, right? What is 47 plus 14? So the opposite of subtracting is adding. So all you want to do is get your graph, right? Then you want to do 47. So the opposite of it, 47 plus 14. Oops. Here's an eraser. 14. So using that, 8, 9, 10, 11, carry the 1, 61. So your initial value, 0, is equal to 61. And then you could easily just check your answer, okay? If you don't want to just do basic math, you can always have a more efficient way to doing it. Use your Desmo's best friend calculator. So, let's do A1. So let's look at the small numbers. Don't worry about the A's. 47, 2, 3. And you only really got to do 2 sequences because, like, it's a you can tell what it is. 33 and 19. You don't have to type in the whole graph. You can if you want. Turn into y1 is equal to mx1 plus b. So, as you can tell, negative 14 and 61. That's your answer. So yeah, 2 more questions and this video is over. Enough of yapping. I don't want y'all to watch a 16-minute video or 20, whatever. So what is the range of the function? So first you need to know what domain and range is. So let me get this graph out and let's draw it. So, this is how it's going to look on Desmos. You're going to have your x, you're going to have your y. So your x is always the one laying flat, right? You see my arm, it's flat. Horizontal. Your y is always vertical, going up. So it's asking what is the range of the function. You're spreading it like butter, right? When you're spreading butter on toast, you spread it. It's just spreading on the graph. So the y is everything like this, right? This is a y right here. So it's everything going vertically up. So for example, if I have this point right here, 5, 3. Your x always goes first and your y goes second. So therefore, you have to look at the second number. It's just an example. Okay, so let's type this into Desmos. Y is equal to negative x squared plus 60x. Oof, that's a big number. Gotta zoom out. Quite a big number, guys, so it's gonna take a while. There it is. Look at your vertex. Your vertex is, so you're looking at the second number, not the first, right? You're looking for your y. It's 900. And is the parabola, is it going above 900 or below 900? It's going below it. So it's all real numbers are less than or equal to 900, right? Because it's equal to 900, but it's going down. It's going below it, so it's less than, okay? So it's not going above it. There's not a number 901. It stops at 900. So your y is stopping at 900. Therefore, it's all real numbers are less than or equal to 900. Last thing on this. So, based on the correlation coefficient of the data, what is the linear association? So first, got to know what linear association is, okay? So, let me just draw this out for y'all because it's pretty simple. You have 1 and you have -1, right? And you have 0. So, if it's closer to 1, this is called a positive, right? So if it's so if it's like really close to 1, like 0.9 is an example of a strong positive. But if it's 0.1, it's really close to being a negative. So for example, that's going to be a weak positive. So let's just say it's on the negative end of this line. You have negative 0.9, right? Or negative 0.8. That's a strong negative because it's closer to -1. But if it's negative 0.1, it's closer to being a positive, so it's a weak negative, okay? I hope I explained that well. I don't know if y'all will understand, but you'll see, okay? So let's go on the calculator and type this graph in. You have to type in the whole thing on this one, okay? Because the numbers aren't really going in a straight line. They're all over the place, right? You have, it's not in order. 15, 30, 27, 25, 16, 20, right? It's not at a constant rate. So this is why I have to type the whole thing in. 27, 25, 16, 20, and 12. Then you want to do 86, 72, 77. So basically, this is like grades. This is the hours you worked with your grades, right? So the more hours you work, the worse your grade is going to be. That's what it's telling you. Okay. So we got to figure out, is this a negative or is it a positive? So y1 is equal to mx1 plus b. And every time you're looking for your correlation, you're always looking for the r. This is your r right here, right? Negative 0.9. So remember what I told y'all, right? Is it a strong negative or a weak negative? A weak negative is closer to 0. A strong negative is closer to -1. Negative 0.9 is closer to -1, so therefore is a strong negative. There's a second way of doing this too, and it's just using kind of logic, right, from what I learned. So think about it like this. Let's just say the more time you work is you have no time to study. So therefore, like if you work so much hours, it's a negative. It's a really strong negative. You know why? Because like, go figure, you don't have time to study. There's also like logic to this. But yeah, that's the first 10. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I tried really hard, and have a good day, guys. God bless. It's Good Friday. I know Sunday's Easter, so y'all enjoy y'all's weekend. If y'all watching this during the school week, good luck on that STAAR test, okay? Or good luck on the test you're studying for. I hope y'all do good. If y'all want a part 2, just tell me, and see you on the next video. Bye. Peace out.